The function of a clutch is quite simple: to permit the driver to couple or uncouple the engine and transmission. When the driver depresses the clutch pedal, the clutch is disengaged. The driver can then shift from one gear to another. To engage the clutch, the driver releases the foot pedal. The pressure plate forces the friction disc against the engine flywheel, rotating the transmission input shaft. The transmission then sends power to the drive wheels. We'll talk more about operation in a minute, but first, let's review clutch system components. A basic clutch system includes a flywheel, friction disc, pressure plate assembly, a clutch release bearing, a clutch fork, pilot bearing or bushing, a transmission front bearing retainer or quill, and the transmission input bearing. The engine flywheel is connected to the end of the crankshaft. Therefore, it's always rotating at engine speed. The flywheel has several functions, but for this discussion, remember that the flywheel serves as a coupling surface between the engine and the clutch. Also located in the end of the crankshaft is the pilot bearing, which provides a guide for the transmission input shaft, as well as allows the crankshaft and input shaft to turn at different speeds when the clutch is disengaged. Three types of pilot bearings are used in today's engines: a bushing type, a ball bearing type, or a needle roller bearing type. All serve the same purpose. Next, there's a friction disc located between the flywheel and pressure plate. The friction disc has wear material similar to brake pad linings mounted to a steel core. The friction disc is heat resistant and non-abrasive to help prevent it from sticking to the flywheel. In between the friction facings are cushion springs called Marcel springs that absorb impact when the pressure plate is forced against the flywheel. In addition, a set of torsion springs helps absorb shock when the disc meets the rotating flywheel and pressure plate. Also note that the center hub is splined to mate with the transmission input shaft, turning it when the clutch is engaged.